UFC rankings ahead of Fortaleza. Let's take a look at where they stand right now. Going to present this to everyone. Now, if you're watching this in an isolated clip, we cover this every time that they're updated on UFC's official website. And boy, do we have a lot of changes at pound for pound. Daniel Cormier at number 1, Jones at number 2, Habib pushed down 1 spot, but the big one, Amanda Nunes shoots up 6 spots to number 8. That causes some shuffling. Woodley above St. Pierre, the inactive St. Pierre, McGregor, Miocic, Cejudo, all down 1 spot. And Rose Namajunas now placed above Cyborg. Showdown Joe, what do you think of this? There's some major moves in this one, mostly because of Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got their own theories when it comes to pound for pound rankings, right? It's you know, if Frank Mir once told me, he goes, if everybody was equal weight at 170 pounds, how would they do against one another? And then, you know, other fighters, some Canadians, I'll keep them nameless, saying, you know, women should not be on the rankings. And I'm like, well, there's some pretty tough women out there. If they were all 135 pounds, but men are stronger. So I don't know what to really think sometimes when I look at this. But in looking at this, Daniel Cormier at number 1, John Jones at number 2, my brain goes to the fact, well, John Jones has defeated Daniel Cormier twice. Right, so that's kind of a weird scenario right there. Habib Nurmagomedov, if he was to take on Henry Cejudo and they were at the same weight, how would his wrestling do against Henry Cejudo? So I think it's great fodder, it's great conversations, but you know, it is what it is. I don't know if GSP is not relative right now when you think about it. He's gone from the sport technically.
I was going to ask about that. What do you think he should even be ranked?
No, I don't believe so. I mean, he might be the first person to tell you, get me off those rankings. They make no sense. I'm not even competing right now. So is what it is. But, you know, Cyborg at 15 kind of has me, you know, even though she's only lost once, you know, in what, forever. So it is kind of weird. But yeah, it's an interesting dynamic here. You know, Stipe Miocic even being on there is a bit strange for me because, you know, when you think of a well-rounded mixed martial arts in comparison to all the guys that are out there, if Stipe Miocic and someone else were at the same weight, would he win? Would he lose? Right?
James, does it surprise you that Henry Cejudo, keep in mind these rankings were put out right after Brooklyn, that he did, not only did he not improve, he fell a spot after beating the bantamweight champion?
Yeah, the Cejudo thing's a little confusing to me as well, because I don't even know. Yes, he has the win over Dillashaw, but I mean, the Johnson fight was close. It's like, I think they have to sort of look at the context here. I don't even know if I like, he definitely belongs on this list, but him at number 5 behind Holloway seems a little odd to me. Like, you have guys that have, you know, defended their title a couple times. I think those should be ranked a little bit higher. Someone like Nunes, clearly, who's, you know, defended her title at 135 and then also gone up and fought Cyborg and defeated her the way she did. That should put her up. You know, I mean, she's at 7. I could even put her up even higher than that, to be honest. It's, again, this is all subjective, but yeah, I'm a little, and I'm with Joe too. St. Pierre should not be on there. Like, it's clear he's not coming back anytime soon. So get him off, and then when he's ready to come back, we can have that conversation.
You know, the funny thing about this, it says the rankings were updated on the 21st. It does not reflect this based on what we see. Like, it's just really weird the way that some of these rankings fall. And I think they need to get a new panel in. But Peter Yan at number 14, bantamweight, not a lot to speak about there. Chad Mendes falls 3 spots to number 8. Josh Emmett falls 1 spot to number 10 in the featherweight rankings. Volkanovski, though, cracks that top 5. Not only that, the top 4. He's up there with Moicano. I'm inclined to agree with this, James. I think this is one where they got it right.
Yeah, no, certainly. I'm liking the movement here. I mean, if you look at this list, you can't really argue with a lot in terms of where fighters are placed and everything like that. Yeah, I don't say that too often, so maybe I'll just quit while I'm ahead right here.
Over in the lightweight rankings, James Vick moves up 2 spots to number 9. Alex Hernandez manages to move up a spot. Trinaldo, Hooker, Felder, Gillespie, Islam Makhachev all move up a spot, which means Chiesa, after he's been yanked from the rankings, causes somebody in like Alexander Hernandez to move up a spot. That's wild, man. Alexander Hernandez gets absolutely fathered by Donald Cerrone and moves up. So no real movements there. Cerrone's still ranked at number 13. Over at middleweight, you have Uriah Hall switching spots with Elias Theodorou. Light heavyweight, you have Cormier moving down to that number 1 spot after losing the championship. But Corey Anderson and Thiago Santos are the ones I'm interested in. They are tied at number 6. Anderson shoots up 4 spots to take number 6. He is behind Ozdemir. Santos moves up 1 spot, so there is no 7 ranking, We have Ilir Latifi dropping 4 to number 9. Manoa at number 10. What do you think about these, Joe?
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic the way things are set up here. I take nothing away from Corey Anderson, but I'm not sure if he should be that high. I get it, I understand it. DC though, what do we say about DC? Is he going to be competing again at 205 pounds? Is he taking a slot from someone that potentially could be up at number 15? Although the division is kind of slim when you do think about it, but like you said, the panel right now that makes these calls or makes these votings or does the voting. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just it's strange, but I think Dominic Reyes and Santos should be a little higher, but I digress.
Up next, we have the heavyweight division with some changes. Marcin Tybura moves up a spot. Justin Willis falls down one. Walt Harris at number 13. Andrei Arlovsky falls to number 14. Struve falls to number 15. What do you think about Walt Harris's debut on these re-debut on these rankings? I think, James.
Did he not get flagged by USADA? I thought I read something about that.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but it just goes to show, like the fact that Stefan Struve is still a top 15 heavyweight just tells you everything you need to know about how shallow the heavyweight division is outside some of the the top fighters. I mean, Struve hasn't won a fight, it seems like, in a very long time. Arlovsky as well. Yeah, I mean, I don't have an issue with it. I think if anything, it just exposes how weak the division is outside some of the top fighters.
Betchko Haya falls to number 12 in women's bantamweight. Another dove cries. But at women's flyweight,
how dare you?
At women's flyweight, Jennifer Maia up at 11. Ashley Evans-Smith, Borella, and Andrea Lee all fall down one spot. Jennifer Maia, you think she can contend in this division, Joe?
Yeah. I mean, she's just got to get her act together in terms of just, focusing. But I think she's got the skill set. We all know that. I mean, it's just a matter of her trying to understand certain things. But yeah, I believe she can.